Okay, so time for my review of Crowdfarming's Blueberries. Ordered a box of blueberries. The current date is, hang on, what's the date? It's Thursday, 26th of May. I ate them over the last 2 days. Got them from Spain. A farmer named Inma Torres. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Um, from the country of Spain. From the town, I think it's the town of Huelva, which is a coastal town, I believe, seaside or definitely water based. I think it's a coastal town. Um, so what did I think? Now to start off with, I've not used crowd farming before. This was my first time kind of using them, first experience. But also, I ordered these blueberries at the very end of the season. I think I got the last box. So just to preface, these would be kind of the last lap of the quality. So what we'll be looking at here is possibly the worst time I could have ordered them. So it's important to get that out of the way to start off with. The box was 28.42, I think £28. I live in the UK. They sent them to the UK. Didn't have to pay any extra on delivery, and it was for 2 kilos of blueberries, which is competitive with like the supermarkets. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's cheaper. And if, for example, the quality ends up being reliable, then based on that calculation, I'm saving money over the supermarkets because I have to throw a lot of the supermarkets ones away and they aren't that great and blah 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 blah. Even some of the other organic delivery services and stuff like that. So what did I think? Well, first of all, they came in a nice box, and I might pop that at the end of the video so people can see. They came in a nice box, and there was a nice little thank you and congratulations note, which was quite nice. I believe it was from the farmer. And the first thing I noticed when I opened them was that there was no mold whatsoever. It says on the website they are picked like at that time when they're ready to go, and then they're just sent. So you get them like a day, 2 days, etc. after they're picked, kind of as soon as possible. Well, I did notice that there was a little bit of transit damage in one of them just at the side, which is kind of, they're shipping from country to country, it's going to happen. And a few of them were mushy, and I lost a few of them, but there was no mold, even on the ones that were broken. Nothing, which is impressive. I've never seen that. Anywhere I've ever got blueberries, if they are squished, there is mold. There is mold, or there's some kind of degeneration. These ones, even if they were squished, they look like they were probably alright to eat. Well, it depends how soft they were, but I didn't. They looked amazing. They were kind of a pure blue. I'm really surprised at the end of the season that they've still ended up looking like that. They had the bloom, which was great to see. And they were not super hard, but not super soft. They were like a little bit of a mixture. When I first bit into them, I felt the quality of them, and they tasted quality based, better than any other blueberries really I'd had, or I'd been able to find. When I first ate them, I believe they were a little bit on the acidic side. However, every other time I ate them, I didn't have that. So I don't know if that was the transit damage, because I ate those bits first. So it may have been the transit damage just messing with the sugar acid balance a little bit. And I thought I'd find the tiniest bit of digestive distress, but at the same time, I'd been eating all sorts. I think I had some overly acidic apple juice from apples that weren't necessarily the best that day as well. And then I ate the massivest bowl of blueberries, which shouldn't be an issue. It should never be an issue, especially if you're living on a frugivore diet like I am, or a fruitarian lifestyle, high fruit lifestyle, raw food lifestyle. It should never be an issue to eat a lot of one piece of fruit in one go, like 500 to 1,000 calories. You should never really have an issue other than whether or not it's too much for you to eat in one go. You should never have an issue with acidity, or you should never have an issue with etc. And the first time I felt like I did, but it wasn't really much of a hit. And at this point in the season, still incredibly impressed, if that's what the quality was for the entire box, right? It also was sorted out within like 5 minutes of eating like a high quality apple. Just remineralized the teeth and balanced everything out, and bam. So I was thinking, these are the best quality. They weren't the sweetest I'd ever tasted, but they are at the end of the season. And the ones that were sweeter that I had tasted from, I think like Waitrose or something, on one specific batch. Usually supermarkets are absolutely terrible, but there was like 1 week where they had good blueberries in for like 3 or 4 days. They were sweeter, but the quality wasn't there. Like they were mushy, and it was still good, but not as defined, not as good. So yeah. Then when I had them for the rest of the couple of days following, they were beautiful every single time. The acid sweetness was great. I was really impressed that, a couple of them were mushy, but like it really just was a couple. Usually when I buy packs of blueberries, sometimes you lose a quarter of the pack. Like it's nuts. Especially if you're trying to buy a big batch. I was super impressed. Super impressed. And yeah, it was great. It was great to be able to sit down and have a massive bowl of blueberries. I used it for some fruit syrup. That was great. I used it for some banana nice cream. That was great as well. Yeah. Can't fault them at all, really. And I just kind of really enjoyed the experience. I really enjoyed the experience. They kept over the 2.5 days that I had them, kept them in the fridge. The box was great for keeping in the fridge as well. It was just set up so you keep it in the fridge. Nice and hardy as well, so you can stack stuff on top of it. It's not going to harm the berries, which is fantastic. And I think just overall I was really impressed. It was a bit of a risk for me because £28 is quite a bit of money. Blueberries are expensive as they are per calorie generally. They're an expensive fruit or berry to buy. In comparison to other things you can buy like bananas or apples or oranges. And I'd never tried crowdfarming before, so it was a bit of an investment. But it definitely paid off because all of them were great. And it kept me going for like a couple of days. My overall thoughts. Definitely would buy again. In fact, if they're there, I'm buying my blueberries from that specific farm. If they're available, if they're in season. Over everywhere else I have found. Hands down. I'd be super interested to see what the like mid-season blueberries taste like. I bet they taste absolutely incredible. So next year I'm definitely going to check those out. One of the things I like to look at is whether or not I think you could live off of them. So when you live as like a frugivore diet or a fruitarian lifestyle, I'm of the opinion that if a fruit is of the correct quality, you should be able to basically live off of that fruit. Obviously, with something like blueberries, there aren't tons of calories in them, so you might have an issue with the fiber content, though I would expect versed fruitarians probably wouldn't, to be honest. But then you can juice and do stuff like that. But like overall, could you sit down? Could you reliably eat just those? And I'm really talking about throwing like almost none of them away as well for quality. Could you sit down and eat them? And there's very few fruits that I've been able to say this about, but I believe you could live off those reliably without needing to throw loads of bad ones away or any sizable quantity, like even like 1%. I don't think you would need to. I believe if these were placed in front of like a bunch of monkeys and that was their only like food source for the next like 3 or 4 days or something like that, they would be, well, or they could choose other stuff, they would be choosing the blueberries. Like they would be living there. They would choose the same thing. So it gets my Frugivore pass. It gets my Frugivore rating of a thumbs up, which is incredibly impressive. I mean, I can recommend this to other people that are on this diet. Like you, if you invest in these, and the quality that I receive is the quality that other people receive, you can reliably rely on these. You don't have to worry about having backup fruits or stuff like that, so that you can sustain yourself, or that you're going to lose money. It just seems like this would be 10 out of 10. I'd be really interested maybe next year when my health's in an even better place to maybe try a blueberry fast for a day or two or something like that on these blueberries, because I think it could be possible. I think it'd be an interesting experiment. But yeah, overall, super impressed. Super impressed. The concept of crowd farming is super impressive as well. It's kind of exactly what I want to see as a high fruit consumer, as someone on a raw foods lifestyle. Absolutely, I want to be able to order direct from the farmer, know that I'm getting it ripe, know that the crop has been cultivated with care. Like, for those of us who are quite spiritual people, you know, there's a lot to be said about the care that goes into food and how that energy is kind of transferred from the person caring for the food and the environment and everything like that into the food. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, all organic, but how that care is cultivated in the food and then is transferred to us when we consume it. I think that's really important. I think you can almost even taste it, to be completely honest. And I think that affects like how well the crop does, the quality, all those kind of things. So yeah, the whole concept of crowd farming, super impressive. I love the way they're about the farmers getting a good deal as well. They're about it being like minimizing the loss for, like, I listened to the podcast. I think they got some podcasts out. Very inspiring stuff. So yeah, for anybody else who's interested in maybe trying these guys, I've only tried one fruit so far, so I can't say for sure it's a good investment. But based on what I have said, yes, it's pricey to order a whole box, but if it's like this, it beats everywhere else that I've tried by a country mile at this point in time. And I certainly could recommend giving it a go. And if the quality is consistently like this, then this would probably be, you know, if you're in the UK, at least the best place to get your fruits, if the fruits that you want are on there and they're in season. So yeah, I'll end the review here. I think I'll post some maybe pictures and stuff of the box and the blueberries and stuff like that a little bit later on. I think there's like there's a video of me. Was it on stories? On my Insta stories. There was a video of me on my Insta stories. Maybe I'll pop it on a highlight or something so people can watch that. That was when I first tried them. Just a couple of stories and stuff like that. But yeah, if you are living high fruit lifestyle and you, like me, have been struggling to find high quality, consistently reliable fruit to sustain yourself from, so that you can work on your health goals, crowd farming so far, based on my review of this produce that I've been sent, is the best that I've found so far. And I could reliably say, certainly for the blueberries, definitely buy them. It'll be worth it. You'll save your money probably, even if they're more expensive than your supermarket prices. Let's say they're on offer, you will save your money because the quality, you will not have to throw it away. You won't have to pay for digestive distress. You won't have to deal with not feeling that great. You will get that value straight. So yeah, my Frugivore review says thumbs up, and well done guys. It's really impressive to have fruit of such quality. So yeah, big thanks and appreciations to the farmer. Thank you very much.